Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching us from. Today, it is another episode of the political chapter at Journals Media. And today, with me, I have an incredible and exciting guest. And I guess he's not new to the Maseno politics. Maybe you've seen him, you've heard of him, but today I'll let him introduce himself so that we can have more details to know about him. Who is he? And at first, yes, ningependa ujiintroduce. You tell us who is Oyole, the great Oyole, in full.
Yes, my name is Regan Ojwang Oyole, aka the Handsome Boy. I'm the current CS Gender PWD Culture and Heritage in Maseno University.
Yes. CS gender. Kama vile tu umesema. So what are the responsibilities of a CS gender, or what does the position of a CS gender entail? Juu, many people will hear about a CS gender, and I'm sure most of them don't know the responsibilities that you entail, because it is not just a title, it involves responsibilities. So what are these responsibilities of a CS gender?
The responsibilities of a CS Gender include the following. As a CS Gender, CS Gender is very diverse, such that we have the gender part and even the PWD. So, as a CS Gender, my responsibilities include I am the one responsible for uh, to inquire the all persons who are living who are able differently within Maseno University. So as a CS Gender, I'm supposed uh, to collect all their names and also have them in a group and also have them collect them together. Another one, the one in charge of gender sensitization. In that, I'll ensure that there's equality. That's where the gender part comes in.
Okay, you've mentioned something about the PWD. What
Yeah.
is PWD?
PWD is persons with disabilities.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And what mainly drew you to vying for this position of a CS gender and not a Secretary General?
Yeah. What made me to vie for the CS Gender is that my big aim was to fight for my people. In that, as you can see, I'm able differently, and I was convinced that I'll fight for my people, and that's why I vied for this position.
Okay, you have said you form a group for the members who are abled differently. And once forming a group, what do you do? What have you done that we can say, yes, apart from forming this group, what are the initiatives that you have initiated in those groups to benefit the members who are able differently? And I guess, as you've said, it is still a wide position. It is vast. The responsibilities are vast. Not only those who are able differently, because when you ask me, even the people who, okay, the others who seem to be, let me not say normal, but the other side would also wish that you address their issues. How do you balance between the two, considering the fact that you have to pay attention to those who are able differently and still pia wengine ambao wanataka that attention?
Yeah, that's a good question. By forming that particular group, that is where the people who are able differently, they air their grievances, and me as their representative, I I fight for their rights and I ensure that all their grievances are nini. I've worked on them. Concerning the gender part, you have said that indeed that position is wide, whereby we have the PWD and even the gender part now. So as a CS Gender, I've ensured that I balance them, and coming soon, I'll ensure that there is a gender event. Now that we are done with the PWD event the last week.
Okay, the last week, what was that PWD event? Probably there's someone who is not even aware that there was an event or kind of that, something of that sort.
Okay, last week we had an event which was called the PWD Day. The PWD Day, that is the Disability Day, whereby I am much obliged to inform you people that I invited our guest was the person in charge of the National Council for Persons with Disability in Kisumu County, and he was our guest. And I believe that everyone who came to that particular event enjoyed and also helped himself or herself.
Okay, what was the event entailing? How was it supposed to bring a positive impact, or what impact was it bring to us, everyone, including those able differently?
Yeah. So the event was PWD Day, but everyone was welcomed to ensure that there is equality. And to the impact to our members, that's the reason why I invited the chairman of the National Council for Persons Living with Disability, because he he has a lot as the person in charge of National Council for Persons Living with Disability, even from the national government. That's why I saw it wise to invite him and come and enlighten our people. And I want to tell you that through that event, many of our people are enlightened. For example, we have this issue of registration, the new system of the registration of the identity cards for persons living with disability. He made it easy, and as per now, that activity is going on, and within the next 3 or 2 weeks, every person who is able differently shall have been registered as a person living with disability.
Okay, and okay, moving on to the next question. What is the most rewarding aspect of this position of a CS gender?
Rewarding
Yeah, the
aspect.
most rewarding aspect of this position of you as a CS gender.
Okay, as the most rewarding aspect, uh, as a cis gender, it has made me to know very many things. Like I've learned on how I can deal with both those who are able differently and those who are normal.
Okay, it has helped you deal with those who are able differently and those others who are normal
Yeah.
on an individual level. But then when it comes to how has it helped you to deal with us, that is what we want to hear. Imekusaidia namna gani? And through you sharing that, we will be able to enlighten others also how anyone in the future who obtains that position, the wisdom to maneuver through. So what is the most rewarding aspect of this position?
Okay. This position as me personally as Oyole, it has helped me to, being in a leadership, it is a leadership position, and it has helped me on how I can relate to life challenges. In that, being in that particular position, we we pass through a lot of challenges, and through being in that position, I've now gained some of the aspects on how I can maneuver through all these and solve issues critically.
Okay, solving issues critically. You've mentioned something about challenges. What are some of the challenges you've faced so far as a CS gender of Maseno University in particular?
Yes, thank you. Indeed, it is not a walk in the park.
Mhm.
It is very difficult and tumultuous. In that, as a CS gender, I am supposed to balance between leadership and even academics. So even that sometimes it gets very it is very difficult. But I have tried to balance the two, because actually academics is the key is the key which made me to be in Maseno. But I'm trying to balance between leadership and um, and academics. Another one, you find that as a leader, you maybe someone we face through challenges like someone is opposing you like that, but we know how to deal with them, like we know how to cope with them, because we know that in a society, in a normal society, those ones must be there.
Yes.
Yeah.
definitely there is opposition and there is those who will support you.
Yeah.
But then, what are your key goals or initiatives for this academic year?
Yeah, for this academic year, I have various plans. For instance, I've just told you the other week we had an event, which was the concerning the PWD Day, whereby we invited the chairman of the National Council for Persons Living with Disability. Another one, I'm also planning in the next 2 or 3 weeks to have a gender event now, because now that I'm the CS gender, I should try to balance them, whereby the PWD get their share and even the gender part, right? So I'm planning to have a gender event within the varsity, whereby we should have a gender sensitization event,
Okay,
whereby
gender sensitization event.
yeah.
You know, it is not just a matter of conducting events. What is this event going to entail, and how will it impact the students of Maseno University and at large still the community of Maseno at large?
Yeah. So this gender sensitization event will ensure that everyone within the society of Maseno is is feeling equal. Like you find that someone is feeling that, or another gender is feeling that they are neglected. That's why we are starting this gender campaign, whereby everyone, both male and female, is feeling that at least we are being felt within the society.
Okay, you as Oyole, the aspect of gender. Gender, as you've said it, it is broad, it is wide. In matters, ladies, how are you sorting that out in terms of in Maseno, how, the welfare of ladies? Because still it is gender, and I'm not saying we neglect the boy child, but how are you sorting out issues of ladies? Let me put it in that way.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. That is a good question. Actually, concerning that gender part, I also have an initiative whereby I'll ensure that the girl child within the Maseno Varsity have an access to free pads, free sanitary pads, to ensure that they are being helped and during their, you know, yeah. So that is one of my initiatives. Another one, we also have several campaigns whereby we'll call the ladies and have some of the counselors to come and teach them, our sisters, on how we can cope within the environment.
Okay, and mentioning about the programs, you know, you can mention them right here because we are here, but actualizing it and putting them to one ya kwamba yes, this has been done and it has had an impact. You will tell us about finances. And remember, your regime or your reign as a CS gender is almost coming to an end, and we get into another political season where we will have another CS gender, who maybe probably right now we don't know. But so all those plans that you have, how are you going to ensure that they are achieved within this limited time that you have, bearing in mind that a season of politics is still coming? It is on the way, actually. So, and the aspect of finances, how will you ensure? Because I understand there's a hierarchy that we are supposed to follow for funds to be dispersed to you for you to organize those events. How are you going to ensure that all those projects that you have that you want for the interest of comrades will be achieved before you leave office?
Yeah, thank you. That is a good question, and I want to inform you that I want to ensure before you that all my events shall be done as I had said, because indeed it follows some hierarchy, but I believe that through the help of my able chair and other executives, we shall have those events, and will be no event or no initiative will go undone.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so far, you have been in office for the greater part of time, the greatest part of time. what is the most impactful event that you have done so far, or a program that was most impactful? Hata wewe mwenyewe ukiketi chini unasema yes, this one was impactful and people have told you this one Oyole was impactful. What is that program so far that you have done?
Yeah, the program that is impactful so far
Mhm.
is the idea of registration for persons living with disability.
Mhm.
I brought it, and it was one of my manifestos while I was campaigning,
Mhm.
and I've ensured that I've I've agitated on it, and so far so good. I am happy to tell you that my people are now registering, and within 2 or 3 weeks,
Mhm.
all of them, all the PWD shall
Mhm.
have registered
Mhm.
as the members of National Council for Persons Living with Disability.
Okay, and as we wind up,
Mm.
this is going to sound like a critical question, but you as a CS gender, in the previous histories of Maseno politics, we have seen that Maseno has never been run, the position of the chair has never been taken or grasped by a female. You as a CS gender, what would you tell a political oriented female out there facing that camera?
Yeah, indeed, that question, but it is possible. It is possible.
You know, you cannot tell us it is possible. You as a CS gender, how will you ensure that we have more females on board to compete, to contest for that position? Or what are the limitations that you think, because you have been into the arena of politics, what are the limitations that you think females they avoid that position, going for that position? Or are they pinned down, or what happens?
Okay, for the time I've been in politics in Maseno, I've seen mostly I've seen the ladies are being they are being criticized so badly.
Hmm.
The other day I just met another lady, and she was saying, I cannot be in that position, since that if you go there, those people are going to criticize you that just a lady. But I told her that that is not the case. Everyone is possible. Actually, in Egerton University, the president of Egerton University is a lady, and I gave her that example, and I told her that you can beat all the odds
Mm-hmm.
and become the chairman, the SOMU chairman of Maseno
Yes,
University.
my ladies out there, you've had that leadership. Let us not only focus on having the male counterparts actually contest for that position. We can also do it. The CS gender himself has actually said it. And as the last question, is your relationship or partnerships with other universities as a CS gender that have an advantage to us as a Maseno community as large?
Okay, with other universities, as a CS gender,
Mhm.
we are in a forum whereby all the PWDs from across the universities in Kenya air their issues, whether in that particular forum we have various meetings through online meetings, and we discuss some of the issues that we will urge our universities to work on, and we work as a group, and I think that is it.
Okay, they work as a group, and that has been an interview with the CS Gender Maseno University, and you've heard from him that we should not only allow, it should not be a norm for only men to contest for the position of the chairmanship of Maseno University. Let us still have ladies come on board. And he has still mentioned it, that you will be criticized, but I guess you must have a hard or a rough coat to survive the criticism, because after all, you know what you're aiming. It is service. He who is greatest in a certain position is a servant. And that has been the political chapter with me, Mary Wanja, and the CS Gender Maseno University. And what is your parting shot?
Why?
Briefly to the comrades.
Why?
Parting shot. Maneno yako ya mwisho to the comrades as we wind up.
Okay. My last words to comrades, I want to thank comrades for having faith in me. Another one, I will also ensure that I encourage comrades that no man is limited, and both ladies and gentlemen, I just want to urge ladies, you can make it in life, and the PWD. you can also make in life. So no man is limited, and you are able to fight. You are in a position to fight all the odds, to beat all the odds, and become what you want in future. Otherwise, thank you.
Okay, yes.
Mm.
Boy child, girl child, you all have equal chances. The purpose and the opportunity is you to make. The opportunities are there. It is you to decide and know your purpose. That has been the political chapter with me, Mary Wanja. Till next time. Thank you.